Hey guys, what's going on? You're tuned in to episode 9 of Keeping It Real with CheRyl, live on Hang With every Tuesday night. So just give me a little bit to get all the cameras set up and then we'll get started with tonight's episode, which is titled, Is Bruce Jenner a Woman? Oh my gosh. Alright guys, let me make sure everyone can see okay. Up, guys, give me a couple minutes and we'll start tonight's episode. Hey guys, what up, yo Manny? I'm good, how are you? Couple more minutes and we're gonna get started. Thanks to everyone for tuning in to Keeping It Real with CheRyl. Everyone for tuning in to episode 9 of Keeping It Real with CheRyl, live on Hang With. All right, guys, I think we got enough viewers to get started. I'm gonna lower the music a little bit. Okay, so how's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing? What's everyone up to? What's new? So I see so far we have a couple people in the chat room. We got Yo Manny, my biggest fan. Always big shout outs to Yo Manny. 5 Emo, what's going on? Who else is here, guys? Say hello, introduce yourselves, and we're gonna get the discussion going pretty soon. So today, we're gonna be talking about the very controversial topic of, is Bruce Jenner a woman? Is he becoming a woman? Has he always been a woman? I mean, this is the trending topic that's been going on right now ever since his interview aired live on ABC with Diane Sawyer. How many of you guys have seen that interview with Bruce Jenner? Have you guys seen that? What's going on, Don Sunky? How are you? Yes, please. Everyone hit the thumbs up button, guys. So good to see everybody. So, just checking a couple things. Okay. So, shout out to everyone who's tuning in from Hang With right now. Shout out to everyone who's tuning in on the Mobley app, and shout out to everyone who's tuning in on Google Hangout. So we got 3 streams going on right now, but definitely big shout out to all my Hang With fans and followers, because I love you guys. You guys have been super supportive of my episode, Keeping It Real with CheRyl. Thanks to everyone for always tuning in every Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Pacific. I always look forward to chatting with you guys every Tuesday. So definitely appreciate all the love and support. And for tonight's episode is called Is Bruce Jenner a Woman? So I definitely want to hear you guys' thoughts on what you feel about his big coming out moment the other day. Let me know which one of you guys have seen the actual show where they did the interview with him and Diane Sawyer. So I have some notes here about what went down in this very exclusive interview. First and foremost, I just would like to say, you know, congratulations to Bruce Jenner for coming out on this topic. I mean, we all know that this is not an easy thing to talk about for anyone, and it's even more difficult to talk about it when you're in the public eye. So definitely, you know, big shout out to Bruce Jenner for having the courage and the strength to talk so openly about that. You know, at this point in his life and his career. So that was definitely, you know, a big deal for him. So kudos to Bruce Jenner for being so strong and courageous. Let's see. Ernie says, I have a fine ass. Well, thank you, Ernie. That's why I started the Big Apple Dancers. And you also said he is a man. Yes, you know, he did say that, he said, and I'm quoting here, as of now, I have all the male parts, but I identify as a female. So he hasn't undergone any sex change operations as of yet. I mean, hence he used those words, as of now, I have all the male parts. So just by adding those 3 little words, as of now, that is suggesting to the audience, to the public, that he may consider undergoing some type of sex change operations. I mean, we all know that, you know, plastic surgery and whatnot, he's not a stranger to that. He's definitely had his share of plastic surgery type operations. So I definitely, you know, wouldn't doubt in my mind that he would be considering a possible sex change as well. Although he did not mention that at the time. He just said, as of now, I still have all of my male parts, but I identify as a woman. Let's see who else is here. What's going on? Yeah, Don Suki, this is a show called Keeping It Real with CheRyl, which airs live on Hang With every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So definitely hit that follow button so you can get a push notification for all my future episodes. I invite some special guests on my show sometime, and we have different topics every week that are entertainment industry related, and always about keeping it real and exposing stuff in the entertainment industry and having an open discussion about that. So I love, you know, interaction with the viewers and for you guys to put in your 2 cents so we can have, you know, really steamy discussions, and we can talk about really steamy topics about all the crazy stuff that goes on in the entertainment industry. And I figured I was going to do a different episode today talking about the entertainment industry scams that I told you guys I would be doing an episode on at some point. But this topic of Bruce Jenner just coming out as a woman is so trending right now that I feel like, you know, this is the perfect time to touch base on that and to talk about that, which is why I chose that to be the topic for today's episode. So, yeah, so Manny asks, no Periscope. No Periscope today because I ran out of devices. So, because I wanted to use my last device, my iPad, to to go over the notes and everything that I wrote down as far as some of the things that Bruce Jenner said during his interview with Diane Sawyer. So that is, otherwise I would have been using my last device for Periscope. But we got Hang With, my favorite app. We got Mobly. Shout out to everyone who's tuning in on Mobly right now, and also shout out to everyone on Google Hangout. So that's what we have going on right now. So it's going to happen. Yomani thinks it's definitely going to happen. That Bruce Jenner will eventually get the sex changes. Well, I'm yet to see, and I'm yet to assume if that will or will not happen. But some of the other things that he said was that, did you guys know that there's an estimated 700,000 transgender Americans all around us right now today? 700,000 transgenders. I mean, that's really crazy, because you'd think that if there was that many, people would be more open to talking about it. But obviously this is such, you know, a hidden topic that he feels like him coming out today, he hopes that, you know, that his decision will help others who are in similar situations, other people who are confused about their gender and you know, feel like they are either a woman stuck in a man's body or a man stuck in a woman's body. So he's, you know, basically they said that because this transgender situation that's going on in the US is so controversial and not really openly talked about, that there's suicide, murder, discrimination, homelessness, ridicule. I mean, the list goes on and on and on of all of the people suffering from not being able to openly talk about this. I mean, transgender isn't something that you know, that the public necessarily accepts. You know, I'd say, you know, we're still, even though it's 2015 and we think, you know, we're so, you know, forward now about all different, you know, sexualities and whatnot, it's still not easy for people to come out, you know, and that's really sad that because of that, you know, it's causing suicide and murder and homelessness and all this ridicule. But you know, so Bruce Jenner, by finally coming out at this point in his life, I feel like he waited until his kids were at an age where they were old enough to kind of support him and not have themselves feel, you know, like what he's doing is affecting them, because they're kind of all in their own lives right now. So he feels like he's in a point where he's not so much having to raise his kids so much anymore, where I guess this was the right timing for him, especially now that he just went through his second divorce. I mean, we all know he's, you know, been recently divorced to Kris Jenner, you know, the mother of the Kardashian family. So, I mean, and Kris Jenner is a whole nother conversation in itself. Why don't you guys give me some feedback so far on what you think? Do you think, I mean, I know a lot of people have been saying that some people think that that this whole little stunt is to promote the Keeping Up with the Kardashians TV show. They think that this is just, you know, some PR stunt, some publicity stunt, so that they can get more views and more people tuned into their Kardashian show. I mean, I'm sure they have enough views already to begin with, but I mean, Bruce obviously says that's absolutely ridiculous. Like, he was like, yeah, right, you know, this is a PR stunt. Of course it isn't. So, but I know that, you know, some people are accusing it to be a PR stunt. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that this is real? Do you think he really has been, you know, a woman trapped in a man's body his entire life and he's just finally coming out now? Or do you think this is just, you know, some crazy stunts in order to get more publicity for the Kardashian show? What do you guys think? Okay, who else do we have here? OSO Sleepyhead. So can he go to a woman's prison or a male prison? Well, why is he going to prison to begin with? I think that's Boo Black Thug from Toronto to New York. Oh, what's going on? What's going on, Boo Black Thug? And Yo Manny says, I didn't know that just like the girl on Orange is the New Black. And that's not right. I'm ashamed I'm ashamed of it. They're still humans. Yeah. Why would they go that far with this kind of topic? Hi, Alina. Everyone, follow my co-host, Alina Silva. She tuned into the stream. She was going to come by tonight, but you guys see her all the time in my streams, so definitely shoot her a follow. She just made her new Hang With profile. Set, what's going on? How you been? Thanks to all the new people that just tuned into the show tonight. Again, you're tuned into Keeping It Real with CheRyl, which airs live on Hang With every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Time. Tonight's episode is called Is Bruce Jenner a Woman? This is episode 9 of Keeping It Real with CheRyl. I can't believe we're already 9 episodes in already. Next week is going to be the 10th episode, so next week's episode is going to be really, really, really cool. It's a surprise, so definitely I need you guys to hit that follow button so you can get a push notification as soon as I go live next Tuesday, so you don't miss out on the 10th official episode of Keeping It Real with CheRyl. I'm definitely excited. This has been picking up, and that all you guys have been tuning in to talk about, you know, the controversial topics that we have going on in the entertainment industry. What's going on, Eric437? How are you? Okay, so to get back on today's topic, which is Bruce Jenner a woman? A couple of the other things that that he said was basically one of the first things that Diane Sawyer said. She just came out and said it. She said, "Are you a woman?" And he hesitated, but then he just said the word yes, just like that. Just yes. Are you a woman? Yes. I mean, that's a crazy thing to say. And to elaborate upon that, he was basically saying that the female side of me is a part of my heart. It's a part of my soul. It's part of who I am. So he identifies himself as a female, even though he wasn't born a female physically. He feels like on the inside, his heart and soul has always been a female. And apparently there are 700,000 other Americans that feel this way, but people are just so scared to come out and talk about it. So again, like, even though, you know, some people may not approve of what Bruce Jenner is doing and saying and acting like, I can definitely give him, you know, I admire his strength and courage for being able to be so open and honest about something like this, especially since he's in the public eye. He said that for most of his life he was confused, he was scared, you know, he was afraid, you know, like most people in his situation are. I mean, you look back at his amazing career. I mean, his career as an Olympian champion, I mean, is just, you see him, you know, he's muscular, you know, it's like, how can you look at those old pictures of him in the Olympics and be like, wow, this man that entire time was actually a woman on the inside? I mean, that's just, it's crazy to think about that. So, he says, which I thought was pretty funny, he says, "I'm excited to start my new life as a single middle-aged woman." I mean, come on, what kind of statement is that? That's just, you know, that's crazy. That's crazy to be able to just come out and say that is just, it's hysterical. But I'm excited to start my new life as a single middle-aged woman. So he believes in his heart that he is a single middle-aged woman who's been divorced 2 times, that has 100 kids. I mean, I can't even count how many kids he has now. I mean, we can try to count. I mean, we include his grandkids and stuff too. So we have Kim, Chloe, Kylie, Courtney, what's Kylie's sister's name? There's her. There's the brother, Robert. There's his 2 sons from his first wife. So that's 8 kids, if I'm counting correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong. Plus he has, you know, how many grandkids now? He has North and Mason and Penelope and whatever Courtney's 3rd baby's name is. So that's at least 4 grandkids, you know, that I can think of. I mean, that's, you know, that's a huge family to have created as a transgender. So, I mean, that's, you could see that he's just been living a lie for, you know, more than half of his life. I mean, that's just, it's sad. It's sad to think about that, to think that somebody would have to, you know, go on pretending for so long. You know, it's I can't imagine what that would feel like. You'd probably feel so, you know, heartbroken, you know, on the inside. It definitely, you know, is sad to think about what it would feel like to go on living like that for so many years of your life. I mean, don't get me wrong, he loves his family, and I think that he's proud of, you know, the family that he created, despite all the crazy things they've done for fame, of course. But yeah, so let's see what you guys have been saying. Okay. Hi Hollywood 3K, how are you? What's going on? Thanks for tuning in to Keeping It Real with CheRyl. Today's episode is Bruce Jenner a woman? This is episode 9. So I know that this is like a big trending topic that's going on right now, and since this show is about keeping it real in the entertainment industry, I figured what better topic than to talk about someone who's keeping it so real to expose himself to the entire public, coming out as a woman. This is a woman stuck in a man's body is the best way to describe it. So again, he's saying that this isn't a sexuality issue. He did say that he's never hooked up with a guy. He's never been with a guy sexually. He specifically said, "I'm not gay. As far as I know, I'm heterosexual." So again, using those few little words that he keeps throwing in there, as of now, as far as I know, you know, it's kind of like this is like stage 1 of the process of him coming out and really, really exploring, you know, what's next. So I'm curious to see what stage 2, because he keeps on using these few little hint words there where you don't really know what's going to happen. So he says, "I'm not gay. As far as I know, I'm heterosexual. I've never been with a guy. I've always been married and raising kids." So, so he's never been with a guy yet. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that eventually, you know, he will start experimenting sexually with men? Or do you guys think that he is, you know, going to stick with the, you know, females? He says that that his sexual desires are still towards females, but again, that's yet to be decided, depending on where the future takes him. Now that he, has exposed himself to the world, I think that he's going to do a little bit more soul searching to really figure out who he is and explore, you know, this further to see where it takes him. So, he is approaching 40 years old. He's divorced for the 2nd time. His income is falling off, and he's fighting depression. I mean, that's a lot to be going through. I mean, some people look at him and they envied him, and they've envied him in his life for so long. Winning the Olympics, having this TV show, being famous, being a media personality, and being the father of all the Kardashians and everything, the stepfather of them, and, people will be envious, be like, wow, he has such an amazing life. But you know what? You never really know what's going on in somebody's life. And, you can't really judge somebody. You can't really say, oh, I wish I had that person's life, or, this person's life is better than mine, because, underneath it all, look at everything that this poor soul was going through. I mean, he's divorced for the 2nd time. His income's falling off. He's fighting depression. I mean, these are all things that he open and honestly admitted on this recent interview on ABC with Diane Sawyer. So that's what we're talking about. Let me see what everyone is saying over here. What up, DR to PR? Thanks for tuning in. He's very confused and needs prayers. He does. Everyone, you know, definitely say a prayer for Bruce Jenner. I mean, this was not an easy thing that he admitted to the world recently. I'm sure he's having trouble sleeping at night, or who knows, maybe it's been a huge relief, and now maybe it's a huge weight that has been lifted off his shoulders, and now he feels that it would be, you know, maybe it's easier for him to sleep now that he feels like he's being true to himself. Who knows? But regardless, we should say a prayer for him and his family, that they don't get too much ridicule. I mean, I'm sure they will. I'm sure this is going to be, you know, very controversial, you know, publicly, but definitely my prayers go out to him and his family, that people are more supportive of him and his coming out rather than, you know, ridiculing the situation. Okay, Hollywood says, too many drugs and too much money. He wants attention. Really? So Hollywood, you honestly think that this is a cry for attention, and it's a way for him to get more money? So you're more maybe going the other route there. That's very interesting. So is he going to just be a lesbian? Yo, Manny says, I mean, I guess if he does get his male parts changed, then still continues to, you know, be intimate with women, then technically would that make him a lesbian? I mean, that's for you guys to decide, honestly. You know, you can develop your own opinion of that kind of things. I mean, technically, I guess, but on the other hand, no. So it's really up to you to decide. If he is heterosexual and a woman, then by definition, he likes men, DR2PR says. Hollywood says, that whole family loves attention. They make money on attention. Bingo, depression. There it is. He needs help, 5emo says. Yeah, I mean, definitely that whole family loves attention. I mean, most people who pursue the reality TV route are definitely seeking attention. That's for sure. But hey, they've made millions and millions and millions on it. So honestly, as much as you want to hate on them, you got to respect their hustle too, because look at how much money they've made on just having the cameras follow them around on their crazy life. And they do some crazy stuff in their life. I mean, there's a lot of things that they do on their show that I don't think a lot of other, you know, regular people out there would be comfortable doing, you know, in public. So I mean, it's not an easy thing to do, and they've definitely perfected it over the years. I mean, when it comes to reality TV, I mean, how much of it is actually real? They call it reality, but is it really reality? Absolutely not. You know, I don't believe it is. What do you guys think? Let me catch up what everyone's saying. Ernie says, I think he's upset at the fact his daughters are going in the same path as Kim. Oh, you know what, Ernie? I think you're right about that too. And I feel like not only are they going in the same path as Kim, but they're starting that path at such a younger age that it's definitely scary. I'm definitely worried for those girls and their future, and if they're going to be okay, you know, mentally. I mean, Kendall, you know, is touring the world with her modeling career that has skyrocketed. I mean, no one can really go from a little girl to a model that fast unless your mom is Kris Jenner. So, you know, lucky her that she took advantage of that situation and built a really, really, really big modeling career out of that. And Kylie, you know, she's dating, you know, some rapper that's a lot older than her. You know, and that's quite crazy. I mean, I don't really want to speak too much on that because I'm trying to, you know, keep a mutual opinion here on my end here for the purpose of the discussion. But I definitely, you know, would say a prayer for those two girls as well, because even though it looks like they have the ultimate life, when you grow up in the public eye, you don't really get the opportunity to discover yourself, to find yourself, figure out who you really are before you take those steps into the public eye. So where's the initial foundation? When did they ever have the time to really figure out the kind of person they want to be instead of the kind of person they want to be for TV, you know, for fame and whatnot? Okay, let's see what else everybody's saying. Nice outfit. Thank you, BL Holtz. Al Mason, I think he's raising a genuine conversation. I think so too, Al Mason. Thanks for tuning in, by the way. Like I said, his main goal of coming out is to try to help the other 700,000 transgender Americans that are out there right now also come out and also feel comfortable to go in and have this conversation, you know, with their loved ones, with their friends, and just to be able to be comfortable being who they are without having to be scared and confused and depressed and ridiculed, etc., you know, anymore. So that was that's what he said was his main goal of, you know, of doing this interview on Diane Sawyer and being so open and honest. And this has definitely been, you know, the trending topic recently. I bet he comes out with a show this year. Hollywood 3K says, you know what, Hollywood? Let's see if that happens. If he does get his own like spin-off off of this, some funny transgender show, you know, I think it would do really well too. I think it would do really well. I think it would make him a lot of money, and especially since he's going through some, you know, financial struggling right now, we all know. So who knows? Maybe this turns in, this makes him, you know, a multi-millionaire again, and you know, we'll see what happens with that, and only the future can tell, right? But that is definitely a smart thought over there. Okay, Ernie agrees with it too. Al Mason says, I didn't want it to come from that family, but maybe that is what it takes to make the world pay attention. That's a good point, Al Mason. I mean, that family, I mean, is so many people watch them, and young girls and stuff look up to those Kardashian girls. Whether or not I think they should or shouldn't is another discussion. But again, I'm not gonna go there. And they do have so much influence in the public and the media, especially the young media. So so you're right. I think that maybe what good will come out of this is to help give other people who are going through their own gender identity issues to have the courage and the strength to speak up about it, and get the help they need if they need to, you know, go to therapy to talk about, you know, what's going on internally, so that they can feel more comfortable in their own skin. I think that would be beneficial, and if that is what happens, then fantastic. Then this whole, you know, him coming out would have been, you know, a huge rewarding success for him. Okay. You know, money see nothing, 5 Emo says. Hollywood says, I respect the hustle, but at what cost? I know, you know, it's crazy. I mean, there's so many ways to become famous now. And it's like, you look at the Kardashians and what they have done to become famous, you know, looking back at Kim and her initial sex video, and that's what kind of, you know, was the big break in her career. You know, I mean, is that what you want your big break to be, though? And as a stepfather, as, you know, the father figure in Kim's life, I mean, how do you even go about that? How do you even, you know, talk to your daughter about, you know, what you saw and what she did? But then when you see, oh, it's making them tons of money, I mean, does that make a difference? I mean, there has to be a line that you choose for yourself, and you have to figure out, okay, that line is here, 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 where is it? What's on that line? And, you know, what's okay, what's not okay? Will you cross it? What you know, amount of money and fame is worth it for you to go against your own morals and values? And that's, you know, that's a serious thing. Oh, I'd like to introduce my my co-host to you guys. This is Miss Aphrodite Pearl. Hi, say hi, baby. Say hi, baby. This is Miss Aphrodite Pearl, waving to everybody on Hang With, waving to everybody on Movely, and waving to everyone on Google Hangout. So, yeah, this is my baby girl. She's co-hosting today. Love you. All right, let's see what else we got going on in here. Al Mason says, I would not bet against that 3K. You're 100% right. Why we need to be having that combo. That should be private. They said he's coming out with one with one of his sons, you heard. So are you saying that one of his sons might also, you know, have some gender identity issues? Is that what you're saying, Yo Manny? Or it's called a scripted reality show. Oh, you mean he might be coming out with a new reality show with his son, meaning his son would be one of the stars on the show. I get it. Hollywood 3 say his lifestyle should be private. I got young man now confused by this stuff on TV, asking questions. Yeah, you know, his lifestyle should be private, but his lifestyle isn't private. I mean, he's part of this Kardashian TV empire. So, I mean, there's nothing private about that family and about their lives. They are followed by cameras every day, every moment, every second of their lives. I mean, they are paid to not have privacy. So, you know, that's a hard thing to say. I mean, the fact that Beyonce and Jay-Z have accomplished so much privacy is beyond me. I mean, they're experts at it. But, you know, when it comes to the Kardashians, privacy is not part of their lifestyle at all. Okay. And she's still 17, Yo Manny says. Oh my God. So how old is the rapper that that Kylie's dating? And Kylie looks like, do you guys think that she has already gone through some plastic surgery as well? I mean, gosh, these girls are so young, and they're just, you know, they quit school because, you know, the show, because of the fame and everything got too big. I mean, that's crazy. These girls will never know what it's like to, you know, to have some type of normal life. At least to the rest of the Kardashian sisters went through some period of time where they knew, you know, what it was like to be a regular kid. These girls never knew what it was like to be a regular kid, and I'm really worried that that may affect their future in a really, really big way. Ernie2X says, hit the like button. Yeah, guys, hit that thumbs up button. If you guys hit that thumbs up button, I'll do a little dance for you. And definitely hit that follow button too while you're at it. Or just to be a kid. Yo Manny says, Hollywood says, why do they need to come out? Just be transgender and live your life. I don't go around saying I'm straight. Attention, attention, I'm straight, I'm straight. Yeah, well, I think that he has to come out because otherwise, if he would just went around his own business and just became a transgender with all the cameras that are following him all the time, it would just be all over the media. Oh, you know, we saw him, you know, wearing a dress. We saw him, you know, with his French manicure, which TMZ just posted the other day, actually, too, that they caught him a picture of him, and you see the French manicure on his fingers. And there's just, you know, there's so much, people are asking so many questions about it because he's in the public eye that he has to come out and give an answer sooner or later, you know. So for someone like Bruce Jenner and the Kardashian family, they can't just, you know, go along life and just be a transgender without telling anybody. I mean, that people are gonna find out regardless. So it can either come from them and people can find out their way, and then this way people can understand, you know, your own reasons for making that decision, or they can just hear the public's reasons why you made that decision, you know. So I think that he wanted the opportunity before it got too crazy in the public to express why he was coming out, and what the gender identity, you know, issue was for him, and this way, you know, there wouldn't be too much misinformed information out there, you know. Okay, let's get back to it. Hi, Pooh Bear. How you been? Thanks for tuning in. What up, Sean Smart? Hello, hello. Hi, White Kobe. Thank you for the compliment. Mwah. So Sean wants to know what we're all talking about. Well, you're tuned in to episode 9 of Keeping It Real with CheRyl, which airs live on Hang With every Tuesday night. And this episode is called "Is Bruce Jenner a Woman?" We're talking about Bruce Jenner's recent coming out on the ABC show with this interview with Diane Sawyer about he came out about his gender identity issue, how he feels like he's been a woman stuck in a man's body for his entire life, and at 40 years old, at almost 40 years old, he's finally coming out about it and talking open and honestly about it and letting the world know that he is actually a woman. Even though he has male genitalia, he knows in his heart and soul that he is a woman. If you guys haven't seen the show, you know, you can go to abc.com and you can watch it there. You can also watch a bunch of clips on YouTube. If you want to watch his actual full interview with Diane Sawyer, you can still do that. Even if you missed the show, you can go do that. But don't do it now. Do it after Keeping It Real with CheRyl is over, and then you can go watch his whole episode. All right, guys. So that's what we're talking about. Sean Pubar says Bruce Jenner is a legend from the 80s. You're right. In fact, do you know that in the 80s, I also found this out on the interview, that he went to therapy. Obviously he's been going to therapy for a long time. A lot of people in that family do. And he, in the 80s, for 5 years, he, with the help of his therapist, he had a doctor prescribe him female hormones and estrogen to help transitioning him into a woman. So already in the 80s, guys, he tried to go through this transitional period. But after 5 years of taking all these hormones, he decided for his family's sake, because he didn't want to hurt them at that time, that he was going to, you know, kind of hide that for a while longer. And he hid it for decades longer. So, you know, but it's just crazy to know that even in the 80s, he was taking hormones so he could try to really physically begin his transition to the woman. And while he was taking those hormones, he said that right away, the intense daily feelings of fear and frustrations started to subside. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy to realize that he started to feel normal once he started taking these female hormones. I mean, for those of us that have no idea, you know, what you know, transgender, you know, and sexuality issues would feel like, it's very hard for us to relate to and understand what, you know, people like Bruce Jenner are going through, because it just doesn't make sense to us. Because, you know, we look at gender like, okay, well, if you're a girl, you're like guys. If you're a guy, you're like girls, and it's just, you know, the way it is. But honestly, it's so much bigger than that. There are real people who really, really believe and feel in their heart and soul that they were born in the wrong body. And there are, you know, and these people, we need to not judge them. We need to not ridicule them. We need to respect and support that, you know, everyone has a right to be whoever they want to be. And if they are in the wrong body, I mean, as long as they have a good heart and soul and they're a good person, then it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter what their gender identity is. Let's see who else is here and what everyone has been saying. You love white women, but let me guess, I'm mixed. I am mixed, Sean. I am actually Puerto Rican, Spanish, Italian, and Irish. So I have family in Spain and Puerto Rico. So basically, from my dad's side of the family is Latino, and my mother's side of the family is white. So that's what makes me that crazy mix. So each one of my grandparents is something different. I have a grandfather who's Puerto Rican, my grandfather is Spanish and Puerto Rican, my grandmother is Puerto Rican, then I have my other grandmother who is Italian, and my other grandfather Irish. So that's where I get my crazy mix from. What up, Spit of Flame? Thanks for joining the live chat. Pooh Bear says Bruce Jenner was an Olympic athlete back in the day. Yes, he was. And even when he was the Olympic athlete, he still was going through all these gender identity issues. He was still going through all this depression, having to meet with a therapist, and you know, and this all had to be concealed during that time, because he was worried that if he, you know, came out during that time, that he would lose, you know, all the endorsements and everything for, you know, and it would affect his career, you know, as an Olympian and the sports and pursuing all that he felt like he needed to hide all of that to save his career and to protect his family. And you know what? He was probably right. But that's sad that we in 2015 are still not accepting, you know, to it. And I really hope that, you know, his coming out does change the way the public views and accepts transgenders and other people with gender identity issues, and hopefully his goal comes true, where he helps these other 700,000 Americans struggling with you know, transgender, also come out in the most positive and supportive way that they can. Okay. 5 Ema says, beautiful cat. Thank you. She is the most beautiful cat in the world. I tell you that. Okay. So Yamini says, they're doing a show with his sons, you heard. Wow, I haven't heard that yet, but I wouldn't be surprised. That's very interesting. Yomani says, and on TMZ almost every day. Yeah, I know. And TMZ talks about the Kardashians all the time. Kids looked up to him back then. They did look up to him back then, and I hope that transgender kids look up to him now and look at him as an inspiration to come to terms with who they are in their soul, and possibly coming out to their loved ones. They don't have to come out to the whole world, but they can at least be open and honest with those that are close to them. Okay, Yomanis is over 21. I think I heard that 17-year-old Kylie's boyfriend is like 25 or something. Or I don't remember. I'll have to look that up. I really try not to follow the Kardashian life too much. I've definitely watched my share of a few of their episodes. I'm sure everyone has. I don't really have time to watch their episodes religiously like the way a lot of the world does, but I've seen a few. Okay, Cokeland. Fashu. I don't know what you mean by that. Was that dance, CheRyl? Where's that dance? I need some more thumbs up if you guys want me to dance. If you guys do at least 50 thumbs up. Of the 241 viewers that are here right now, give me at least 50 thumbs up. I'll turn the music up and we'll dance around a little bit. All right, guys, how does that sound for the last 5 minutes of the show? Oh, hey, Ayo, you got the poster that you won in the mail? You're very welcome. I'm glad it made it to you safely. That's right. AOA was one of the winners during my free giveaway episode that I did a couple episodes back, where I gave away free posters, CDs, magazines, all, with me on it, obviously. So AOA was the winner of the Miss Sex Appeal poster. So definitely, take a picture of where you hung it up in your room, with you next to it with the selfie, AOA, and and tweet me in it or Instagram me in it, and then I will I'll retweet it and I'll repost it on Instagram of you and my poster. But again, congratulations on winning that. And I'm definitely going to do some more free giveaways in future episodes, guys. So definitely hit that follow button so you know when to tune in to all of my future episodes of Keeping It Real with CheRyl every Tuesday night live on Hang With. Okay. I think it puts too much on his kids. He's an adult, yet the kids have to deal with that stuff that they didn't ask for, Cokeland says. Well, Cokeland, that's why I think he waited to this point of his life to even come out about it. Obviously, if he was taking hormones in the 80s, this has been an ongoing issue for him. So the fact that he held off this long, he did that for his kids. I mean, when do you think would have been the right time to come out? Never. I think that actually now was the right time because his kids are doing their own thing now. They have their own lives. He's divorced. I feel like it was now or never almost. Puwar says, none of y'all knew who Bruce Jenner was till you saw him on the Kardashians. You know what, Pooh Bear? I bet you're right. I bet you a lot of people know him from the Kardashians than they do from his Olympian days. That's hysterical, but it's very true. He did it the right way, Yomani says. Have you ever worked in TV, Cheryl? Because you do a good job, Yomani says. First of all, I just want to thank everyone for writing all of these comments. Definitely, you know, I appreciate all the interaction. You guys make the episodes a lot more fun and interactive. So definitely keep up all the comments. I read everybody's comments and I try to speak and respond to everyone. So to comment on what you said, Yomani, you want to know if I've ever worked in TV before. I mean, I've been interviewed, you know, as an artist on a couple TV shows. I performed on a couple of TV shows. But as far as hosting TV shows, this is the first time I'm actually hosting my own TV show. It's definitely something that I would consider. I mean, obviously music is my first and foremost passion. I mean, my creative talent and my artistry is what fills me up the most. So it definitely, you know, music is my number one, but I would totally be open to, you know, to TV, broadcasting, hosting, anything of the sort, because I do enjoy this. I do enjoy speaking and interviewing and you know, having these controversial conversations, and of course I enjoy keeping it real with you guys. So I would definitely be open to it, that's for sure. But to see all the TV shows and stuff that I've been on thus far, you can always do that by going to my website CherylMartinez.com and clicking on resume. Okay. Pooh, still respect his legacy. Yes, of course. We definitely, we all have a lot of respect for Bruce Jenner. I mean, he's had some life, that's for sure. I mean, and putting up with all those girls and their Kardashian family that he's lived with is not an easy thing to do. So, yes, a lot of respect for Bruce Jenner and everything that he's gone through in his entire life and everything that he's accomplished along the way, and for raising that crazy family. I would be good at interviewing people, Yomani said. Well, thank you. I do enjoy it. You know, you know what it is? I think I just enjoy, you know, people in general. I enjoy, you know, positive energy and having those good vibrations and feeding off of other people's energy and going back and forth with people. And it's just, you know, I'm a people pleaser. I love being in front of crowds. Obviously, being in the entertainment industry, it's all about connecting with crowds and putting on a show for the crowds and entertaining the crowds. So I feel like doing stuff like this, like interviewing people and, you know, doing these live broadcasts for you guys is another form of entertainment. And that's, you know, what I do. I'm an entertainer. That's what I love to do. That's what makes me happy. So absolutely, right on, Yomani. Okay, thank you, Cokelands. Freddie Gray. Oh no. Hi, Trap Queen. Thank you for the compliments. R.I.P. Freddie. Okay. Hi, Fortito. What's going on? Thanks for tuning in. It's definitely worth talking about. Fortito. Yes, you're right about that. Everyone is fascinated by their Kardashians. That's why they are so freaking famous and why their show does so well. CherylIsTheBomb.com. Aw, you're so cute, Hollywood. Thank you. Topic being police brutality. I mean, that's definitely a topic that needs a lot of attention and discussion. I agree. My topics for Keeping It Real with CheRyl are more light. You know, my show is about the entertainment industry, so it's about keeping it real and exposing you know, what goes on in the entertainment industry, what goes on behind closed doors. You know, you guys know in some of my past episodes, I've told you about the go-go dance industry, and, you know, people think it's all about glitz and glam, but it's really not. There's a lot of drama that goes on in there. I've also talked about the music video industry in my Video Vixens Exposed episode, where we talk about, you know, the life of a video vixen and how, you know, it started out really great and then it got really bad, and a lot of girls do really bad things to get into music videos nowadays. So when it comes to entertainment industry type topics, that's what, you know, we discuss here on Keeping It Real with CheRyl. So definitely, if you guys have suggestions for future topics, you can always, you know, write little comments or send me a direct message and let me know what you guys' ideas are for future topics, as long as they're entertainment industry related and something about exposing, you know, the reality of this industry. Okay. You just broadcasted about police brutality, Hollywood? It's now 261 viewers. Hey guys, welcome all my new viewers to episode 9 of Keeping It Real with CheRyl. We only got about 5-6 minutes left to the episode, so what I want to do right now for the end of the episode is, of course, turn up the music a little bit, and I'm gonna log in to the stream here on my iPad so I can give you guys a couple links. Definitely, I want you guys to connect with me on all the other social media sites. I post on Instagram every day, so I'm going to write my Instagram for you guys as a comment right now, so you guys can all connect with me on Instagram. So let me know if that went through. Bertito says, you like my Keeping It Real with CheRyl sign? Aw, thank you. I got it made just for my Hang With show. Okay. Ladies, hit the like button. Holla. Why are ladies so competitive with each other? Oh my God, yo, you're telling me. You're telling me. Yes, good luck to Bruce. Why do I stay single? I'm beautiful. This isn't a dating show. I think there's another girl that does a dating show on Hang With. This is the Keeping It Real about the entertainment industry show. Say hello to Chad. Broke Down wants me to say hello to Chad. Hi, Chad. Okay, so again, guys, my Instagram is @TheRealCheRyl. And the Pooh Bear wants to know if he can get some free stuff from me. Don't worry, I'm going to be doing more free giveaway episodes. I promise, guys. Don't worry about that. Congratulations to the winners from the old episode. They got posters, Miss Sexyville posters, Miss Sexyville albums, Miss Sexyville magazines with me and my sexy six-page spread. So I will be doing more free giveaways soon, I promise, guys. But you have to follow me, you have to hit that like button. People who support me the most are gonna get free giveaways. You know what? Because I'm feeling extra nice right now, I am going to give a free Miss Sex Appeal poster. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. Autographed for Yo Manny. Yo Manny always shares every single one of my Hang With broadcasts on his social media. So shout out to Yo Manny for being one of my biggest supporters and followers here on Hang With. He never misses an episode. He never misses any of my live broadcasts that I do on Hang With. So Yo Manny, I want you to email fanclub@CherylMartinez.com your shipping address so I can mail you an autographed copy of the Miss Sex Appeal poster, just because you have been so supportive of my Keeping It Real with CheRyl show. You follow me on all my social media. You retweets like every one of my tweets, and I just want to show my love and appreciation right back at you. Okay. Bertito says, do I broadcast this to Twitter and Facebook? I do hit the Twitter and Facebook buttons at the top before I do any stream, so it should be there as well for sure. Thank you, Ayo. I am glad you enjoyed the episode. Pooh Bear, if you want some free stuff, you gotta be like Yo Manny. You gotta become my biggest fan like he is. And don't worry, I'll be doing more contests and stuff and more giveaways in future episodes. Broke Down wants to know where I'm from. I am from New York City. I live in Manhattan, but I travel all the time. I've lived in Spain. I've lived in Puerto Rico. So thanks again to everyone for tuning in to episode 9 of Keeping It Real with CheRyl. Thanks to everyone who gave me your feedback and comments in regards to Bruce Jenner's recent coming out on becoming a woman and the struggle that he's gone through with gender identity for so very long now. So definitely prayers to Bruce Jenner and to all of the other transgenders out there who are going through the struggle of not being able to come out to their loved ones and share that with the world. So, you know, I wish everyone the best, and of course, lots of love, hugs, kisses, and positive energy. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. I will turn the music up a little bit. We got like 30 seconds left, guys. Don't forget @TheRealCheRyl on Instagram and Facebook.com/CherylMartinezMusic and Twitter.com/CherylMartinez. I'm also on Vivo and all the other social media. You can find all the social media on my website, CherylMartinez.com, so you guys can connect with me everywhere. And hit that thumbs up